What's that movie line? Nobody makes me bleed my own blood, even me. Hey everyone, and welcome back. We're going to be working on old Pickle the bus today. And if I get brake parts, we're going to jump over and probably fix that one. So I don't know if my order's going to get here in time or not. But in the meantime, we're going to be working on this lost cause over here. And I wanted to share with you something I've been kind of kicking around in my head for a while. So old Pickle has generated quite a pile of rusty bits. And I had a plan for the big floor piece over there we cut out the last time. But I was just planning on piling this all up and hauling it off to the salvage yard, buying myself a cup of coffee with the $5 I got out of it, or whatever we ended up getting out of it. But I came up with pickle chips, a way to kind of save some of it from the junkyard and give you all an opportunity to own your very own piece of Pickle the bus. I introduced these on my Instagram feed already. Junkinthistruck is my Instagram. And thought I would share it with all of you. So they're cut kind of to keychain size, and they say on them, see the good. Because I think in this world, if we could all learn to kind of see the good that's all around us, it'd be a different place. So pickle chips, you can own your very own piece of Pickle the bus. Each one of them is numbered. See if we can find one we can kind of see well. Got kind of low lighting in here. That's number 30. You can't see it very well. It's right up here. They're stamped with a number. They each come with their own certificate of authenticity. They are treated in a boiled linseed oil and are perfect size for your key fob, or to hang from your mirror if your state allows you to do that, or hang from a dash knob or something like that, or just carry around in your pocket as a reminder. There's good all around us if we choose to see it. I've also been cutting. Here's what I do. This is the inner rocker, and I just cut a bunch of them kind of stacked on each other out of there. So we'll do something with that piece too. I have a plan in mind for that. Don't judge. I'm a recycler at heart. And then I've been cutting states out of the flooring. Can't see Michigan very well. Lower Peninsula there. And Indiana's the one I cut out the last time. But there is a limited supply here. We don't have an unlimited supply of metal. We can cut lots of pickle chips, but the flooring is what I'm cutting the states out of. Not much left there. You can get these on the website if you so choose. I hate peddling product. I hate pushing product like that, but it's keeping it out of the salvage yard. If you go to junkinthistruck.com. junkinthistruck.com. I'll put a link here. You can go check it out. That is truck and not trunk. I can tell you how you can remember it. I'll give you a good way to remember it. When I do my shows and things, this is the vehicle I take. Junk in this truck, not that truck, this one, this truck. Go check it out if you want your very own piece of Pickle the bus. Well, picking up where we left off, we cut the floor out the last time. I need to go in and remove all these cross members and plug weld where we can get to now, and weld all of our joints where we couldn't get to before when the floor was in there. But I'd like to get all of this cut out of there today, if we can, and maybe get started on getting some metal back in it. So let me go get some things and we'll get busy. Just thought I'd mention real quick, the states and the pickle chips are free shipping, so you don't have to worry about that. And obviously one of these has been treated with oil and one has not. This cutout, these make really great picture frames, and I would square this off and obviously treat it with oil. I promise I'd make it good for you. All right, business is out of the way. Let's get busy. All right, I think I've got everything out here I need to kind of get started. And there is a coupler on the end of the shift rod. So this main center tube here is where the shift rod runs through, and the coupler is still attached. You can't really see it, but it's still attached on that end, so I can't hit the shift rod out this way, and we can't come out the front because it will hit the front of the bus and we won't be able to get it out. So I'm just going to kind of cut everything around it, and once we get to the point where we're to that center tube, we should be able to just kind of lift it out of the bus. So we'll work at it that way, piece by piece. But I'm not going to bore you with that. I've got the plasma cutter out here, and we're just going to kind of cut along. I'm going to leave pieces that I think I might need in order to make the piece that we're going to put back. But let's see if we can't get this kind of cleaned up today. At least get some of this garbage out of here. These are the heat tubes that run the cable, run the heater box open. The two that kind of flare out, that's what those are. This bigger one here is clutch, I think. We'll try to not cut them. One of them has to be choke. One of them's throttle. But you know, if we nick one or cut one, it's not like it's a part we can't replace at a later date. All right, let's clean some of this mess up. Well, making pretty good headway. Got most of this all cut out. These two are still attached to this outer rocker. I'm gonna go ahead and leave from the main support rail back attached. It is welded still to the support rail, so we're gonna leave that. But I think we can go ahead and get rid of all this other stuff that's out here. And then we should be able to kind of lift that shift rod tube out of there and get that out of there and figure out how we're gonna remedy that, because we can't reuse it. It's all corroded in there. And in fact, the shift rod was actually seized up until just recently. I hit it down here with a hammer and was able to free it up. So it was seized in there anyway. I don't want to put that back on the bus and have issues with that later. So let me jump back in there and we'll put you on warp speed and get the rest of this, of what we're going to cut out for right now, kind of cut out of there. Got a boot full of pickle dust. Running out of space to work here. Stuck. All right, let's reassess here and kind of see where we need to go from here. Whew. Doesn't look like much, but without a plasma cutter, that would have been a lot of hurting. All right, another one down. Well, that's looking pretty good. I'm gonna keep at it. I'm gonna go get some sheet metal, not sheet metal, some steel tube to put across here, rather than buying each individual cross brace. if we just take out, we got one more and we can get this out of there. Trying to decide if I want to wait to take that one out until I've got a piece welded in. Well, I'm going to leave that one for now. That'll be our one in the middle. That can come out. That's not holding anything. Cut that loose down there and we'll get this piece out. And then we'll just have one support in the middle and one over there holding that rail up. And then we'll go around and kind of clean up the edges. And then I think we're ready to start building some sheet metal pieces. Frame pieces. Cool. Here, let me cut this piece over here out. So when I went to cut out that front piece, I was leaving this one because it appeared it was kind of holding something. No, it's not holding anything. So I just went ahead and decided to cut that whole piece out for now. Yeah, that's not doing anything. Makes me feel pretty good about the support that I built. The fact that we can cut all of those out. Also makes me feel pretty good about, ooh, just sparked one in my shoe. Makes me feel pretty good about the rest of the bus too, you know? You're holding up my cord here. Hang on. Move my ground. Find yourself regrounded. Pickle chips out of that. I'll lose money on free shipping on that. Alright, I'm going to go over and cut that last little hunk off, and the only piece we'll leave is this center right here. Alright. Done with that for a sec. Just gonna get some things cleaned up in here. I would like to get one of these braces cut. We can get it in there. I don't know if we'll get that done today or not, but maybe just clean up some edges. And finish welding all of our pieces we need to weld. Feels good. Feels good. What's that movie line? Nobody makes me bleed my own blood, even me. Well, we had a little bit of rain. It was kind of blowing in, so I quit for a bit. But we did get, hopefully, the brake parts we need to fix this bus. It is auction season, so, you know, the piling has begun. Let's see if these are any different than the ones we have currently in there. All right, let's go do a comparison. Yeah, just enough rain to kind of make it miserable out here working on stuff. Back you up just a little bit. I just want to take one of these off just for giggles. And if I straighten that out, I can do it without breaking it. I've already had enough injuries today. Yeah. That's a good half-inch difference. So we'll get those back on and we should be good to go. I'm sure everybody that's watching this knows how to do this, but I assemble it down on the ground and then put it on rather than trying to put the springs on while it's on the truck. It just seems easier to do it this way, even though these are going to be significantly more difficult to put on than the previous ones were. And I try to put the two brake master cylinder or the wheel cylinders in first. Yeah, those are way tighter. Let me wrestle that and I'll bring you back. The way today's going, I'll probably end up getting my finger anyway. That feels much better. We're clearing the line. It's close, but we're clearing the brake line back there. You see pictures of these with the springs flipped either way, and my thinking is with them on the inside, the springs want to pull the brakes in towards the bus rather than with them out here. When the spring compresses, it wants to pull out. That's way better. Now we just need to bleed the brakes, and I think for this guy, just want to make sure we're clearing on that line. We are clear. This guy's ready to go. Just want to show you what I'm talking about here. There's a brake line right back there, and we are clear. It's got about a little over 1/8 of an inch probably clearance. Can't really see it, but there you can see the gap between it. And when they expand, it's going to clear too, so we should be good. So the leaky cylinder is fixed, and the weak springs are fixed. These are pretty well worn also. One of them was there. That one's about probably a third of the way worn through where it was rubbing, because I had these on the outside. There. So those are shot. We'll keep them as backups, but they're done. All right, let's put her back together. I know most everyone watching this is going to know this, but somebody it might benefit. I think it's sometimes difficult, at least for me anyway, to remember which way you turn this to tighten and loosen it. But if you look at how it's set up right here, what we're trying to do when we adjust the brakes to make the brakes tighter onto the drum when you depress the pedal is we want to move this out. So in order to do that on this one, we're going to back it out this way. So you're going to basically be loosening it. So that means you're going to turn this star adjuster down. And then on the bottom, it's going to be the opposite because you want this one to go that way. So just to kind of visualize how things are set up. I've got them pushed all the way in because when I go to put the hub back on, I don't want to be fighting that. So I've got it pushed all the way in right now. And then we'll spin the tire, and you want them to have just get a little bit of drag and then back them off one click. So we'll adjust those, and we need to bleed the brakes. And then this guy's back on the road. You are right where I need to be. So let me move you right over here. Nothing like sitting in the wet concrete wrenching on a Volkswagen. Makes life worth living. Yeah, that one doesn't even have the little center groove. Let me go grab another one of those. Alright, we've got a new one of those. I've put this tight, and we want to loosen it so that that washer will just move. Probably was too much. Nope. Quite enough. Okay. That is good. Try. that wheel has been so hot. It's peeled the paint off of it. You know, that wheel's always kind of giving me fits, and that's probably been the problem all along. Sometimes you just have to have something break so you can figure it out, you know? Drive it till it breaks, is what they say. Drive it till you hit something, back up till you hit something. Oh, can we make that still work? I don't know. Fingers are too slimy to hold on to it. There we go. You turkey. There we go. All right. Sounds a little better. No rubbing, nothing weird. So let's adjust those so that there's a little bit of drag after we've bled. We'll be good to go. I always feel a lot better about it when I have both tires back on anytime I'm doing something like that, especially with the little man around. Don't want him getting hurt, but he will want to help me bleed the brakes, so I'm gonna wait until he is up from his nap, and we will get this bus taken care of. Just gonna leave it up for now because we'll have to freewheel the tires to make sure we've got them adjusted right. We will jump back on Pickle the bus. Back to welding. I think we might need to turn some lights on though. It's kind of dark in here. Anybody else have that welder problem where you are so right-handed or left-hand dominant you can only weld well from one side, one direction? I have that problem. And it makes for challenging welds like this. It is so dark in here. I'm gonna have to go get a light. Can't see what I'm doing. Well, in the category of get her doneer, it's welded together. Need to clean that side over there. I did go ahead and do that side as well. I need to cut this section out and take this center rod out, and then we are ready to put in our cross members. I don't think the angle of that is like it is supposed to be. I left that in there thinking that was where that needed to be, but I don't think that's right. Anyway. So we'll go ahead and get this one cut out, and then I think I'm going to call it a night. I don't know how much more I'll show you. I'm going to go grab some metal probably tomorrow, and we'll get started on putting those cross bases across. How many, I think I got it now, did it take to think we actually got it? Cross. Whew. Probably does feel like he's been crucified. Sound of glory right there. All right. Now we just need to cut out that one. And that's our last one, I think. Sweet. That one's still welded to the frame. It is! Of course it is. So much for keeping that part solid, huh? Well, looks okay. A lot less to work around now. Sweet. Well, with that, everyone, I think I am going to call it a day. I apologize for another boring, hey, let's cut some flooring out kind of video, but that's what we're working on, so that's what you get. I will spend some time going around. We'll go around and kind of clean up these edges for the next time we get in here. You just get hung up, like every time you turn, your clothing gets stuck, or at least mine does. Probably just because my sense of space that I'm taking up is not accurate. But I feel like I get hooked on everything. So if I can just go kind of clean up some of these edges so that it's a little easier to work in here. And then I need to order one of these ribs that come down. There's a curve section that you can buy that goes up to that first horizontal rib. So we need the little curve section so that I know what I'm dealing with for that, because I don't have any of those. I don't even have a decent one over here. So I have no good curves to go, or Pickle has no good curves to go off of to get me an accurate measurement. And then I'll look up online what the distance here is supposed to be, and we'll get those pieces made. Well, with that, I'm gonna sign off for tonight, and next time we'll be working on more crusty junk. How do I know that? Because that's pretty much all we have around here. Thanks for being here, everybody. I truly appreciate it. We'll see you next time. Well, if nothing else, we added to the pickle chip pile. After you've stamped them, they kind of get a dish to them, but it feels really good in the palm of your hand. Got a really nice weight to it. So they each get a unique identifier. That's number 27. And they were issued a certificate of authenticity. Pickle Chips.